Hey guys, welcome to another session of Therapy Session, your prime time, or rather any time. See, look at that, I'm doing the gesture now. See, every new episode I add one thing, and this episode I added my curtains to my beautiful background because I didn't want it to be static, and so I like this one. And so we're doing things a bit differently today, but okay, fine. One thing which is going to be same are my co-hosts Jaydeep and Pratyush.
Hi.
But the thing which is different are the people we have today. They're very different, wonderful people. Please welcome Kishan and Haley. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Hi. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
Reddy. Yeah, good.
You're good, good. So I hope to see your glasses first with some kind of drink in it. So please raise your glasses for this session together. And by the way, Kishan has a Gophers glass, so they have to sponsor us. And Haley is drinking beer. So cheers to all.
Cheers. That's not true.
Cheers,
I'm just
guys.
a toddler.
Oh, right. Sorry. For all the PG-13 rated audience here, that is known as chamomile tea or rather Long Island tea. If you're Sheldon, you'll get the reference. Anyway, so moving on to the show. The people we have on today are like really extraordinary people. You know why? Because they both are in IIMs. Now, I don't need to tell you the full form of that because I partly don't know what the full form is. So we need to find out all those things. But before that, let's get to know these people. Kishan and Haley, what have you been doing since the unlockdown of the lockdown?
Um, Firstly, I really wanted to go out, but I am still skeptical about going out. So I didn't go out. I stayed home, and I was just preparing that okay, these are the things that I'll do when I actually go out. Apart from that, we had our exams, which is the most boring thing of this lockdown. And yeah, our semester. So apparently, our life's not that happening. I would say.
What about you, Kishan?
Yeah. So apart from attending sessions, doing internship work, gaining a little bit of weight, yeah. So here the number of cases are, and it's pretty controlled right now. So yeah, I've been roaming around a little bit, wearing that thing on my face. But yeah, it's still a good feeling to get out of the house after 4 months.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about it. By the way, you're in Rajkot now, right?
Yeah. So
Or
I live in a town called Gondal near Rajkot. So it's in Rajkot district actually. So yeah.
okay, all right.
It's a very
So,
small town and we don't have corona testing here, so we don't have cases.
Or maybe you have and you just don't know.
We are highly optimistic.
see, Haley, I personally believe that optimism can beat the virus. Okay, agar if we believe in something, that can happen. If we believe we won't get infected, we won't get infected. But by the way, for all the viewers, please don't take my advice on that. Please don't blame me if you get infected after going outside. All right, so don't do that.
Please wear
What about
masks. It's
you?
better to be safe than to be sorry.
Yeah.
That is good advice. Hence, she's in IIM. So, Haley,
Yeah,
how's your experience been in IIM so far?
wonderful. I mean, wonderful is also not a word that can describe. I mean, I would be feeling short of words. I would say, such a beautiful experience. A lot of learning. Like this 1 year has changed my life upside down, and I'm I'm a completely different person in last 1 year.
When you say change your life upside down, is that a good thing or a bad? Because
No, no,
life straight
good
side up is
thing.
good.
It's a good
so,
thing.
so what about you, Kishan? Did your life go upside down or sideways?
Uh, I really prefer not to answer. So yeah, like the experience has been really enriching, and the one thing is life is really happening right now. So after doing an engineering where we used to mostly sit around and watch TV series, there is a lot to do every day, and you get to learn a lot of things, meet a lot of people every day. Yeah. So
Well, that's funny you say that. So you're saying that being in management and being in this field is much more tougher than being an engineer.
yeah, I think it's very very tough to be in a management field because you have to have an open view about things, and so this is not a niche field as and the IIM degree and the MBA degree of IIMs is specifically not a niche program. It's a general management program. So you have to have an open view and learn everything rather than specializing in something. So yeah, it's really tough to grasp everything, and especially if you are not from a commerce background or something, there is just too much stuff coming at you. So yeah, you have to face
Well,
every odd.
that's
I
actually an
really
interesting.
don't think that we should be starting on that stream debate. So let's not diverge into that.
No,
Yeah.
but that is an interesting, opinion, because I personally have never heard a person say that, but I'm glad to hear that as well, because I personally feel any field we don't know, we think it's easy. Unless
Yeah.
you're in that field, then you know how hard that field is. So evidence right there. But I'm glad you brought up that you're an engineer before you're doing your MBA, because Haley was actually one of my seniors. She was a life science student. How's the jump been,
Yeah.
Haley?
So okay. So the majority of the population that comes to an IIM is mostly engineers. Okay. And then comes the commerce people. So we are kind of in minority, few people here and there who come from diverse backgrounds like psychology, biology, life sciences, that. So we are kind of in minority. Okay. And I feel that okay, so we have this perception that these people are really good at maths, these people are like they know some rocket science which we really don't understand. And then we have subjects which are so calculation heavy, and we have differentiation, integration, this, that, which like make you feel so overwhelmed. Okay. But one thing that this management field has taught me is everyone has their own learning curve. So a commerce person, they also have to unlearn and again relearn their own things. We cannot say that things are really easy for them, because once you have decided something and you have your own beliefs, then you are made to again believe that no, this is not that way, this is the other way around. So it's their learning as well. For engineers also, it's like okay, they are so much into equations and everything, but not equations are not the only thing that is going to help you in management. So you need to like learn other things as well. And for us, it's like okay, we are kind of trying to learn everything like accounting and the form subjects and everything. So everyone has their own learning curve, one way or the other. But yeah, we have a bit of tougher life over there than the other two kind of category.
Well, that's actually beautiful, because I personally think that most biologists take biology to avoid math. And here you are going into the lion's den of mathematics, gods of mathematics, to be honest. So, I want, before I go into IIM, and I don't want to talk about what you're studying in IIM, more than that, I want to know what the culture of IIM is. Because you always see this. So, campus cultures are very different based on the universities you're from. Right, in IITs they have a culture, IIMs it's a different culture, private universities, government colleges. So what about IIM, which you feel like their culture has really changed me, their culture is different from anything else?
Yeah, I mean, the culture at I am Lucknow is like really, really very different from the culture I had at Ahmedabad University, right? So over there, one thing that I really loved is, it's not just like we say it's a management school. Anything, like any event you have, even our placements, so properly planned and so properly managed. Like, it's like we are really told that, dude, it's a management school, and if you can't manage your events, you should not be calling yourself future manager. So they are so perfectly planned, like all the things, and these are the things that actually make you a really good future manager when, like, in a way. That's one thing. And apart from that, one thing that we have is so a senior and junior, they both are kind of interdependent on each other. So what happens is our placements are usually, so our summer placements are done by our seniors and the final placements would be done by juniors. So that is how, it kinds of build up a bonding. And when you enter an IIM, we have a 3-day induction thing, which really builds up this rapport wherein, for 3 days we kind of get a very harsh treatment. We were not allowed to sleep for 3 days, given these tasks, and we had to do these submissions, perform this, perform that. And at the end of 3 days, you are told that all of this was a joke. So but in that 3 days, everything you do, you kind of bond with seniors. You're never going to forget, dude, this is the guy who harassed me the most. This is the guy who made me this task.
Spoiler alert for all the new IIMs, spoiler alert.
So, in a way, you really bond well. And then that legacy of, like, dude, apni college hai. So, that just stays. So, this culture is really something that, teaches you so many things.
What about you, Kishan?
Yeah, so the difference that I observe in the culture from my undergrad to my MBA is mainly that in my undergrad, like there have been events and cultural competitions and extracurriculars, but that was mostly directed at something. Here the main part is extracurriculars and club committees and student bodies, but we do that, so we attend events just to escape the reality. That that there are days when we just feel that okay, now it's too much, I cannot take any more of this, and so the liveliness that is present in every event, and especially cultural events that are happening on the campus, it's 24/7 life. And since there is the main different point is, when I was studying in my undergrad, most of the population was from Gujarat, but here the culture is very diverse, so you get to know a lot of traditions, festivals, and there is just so much happening around the campus every time you go out for a walk, and you will see something that is definitely popping up with around 40-50 student bodies working day and night to keep the engagement alive. So it's freaking amazing that 24/7 there is something going on to entertain you, and at the same time there is someone working on behind the scenes to make your life, your career better. So yeah.
So I can see that you guys are getting the full-on IIM experience. But so that's why people want to experience that, right? Like, even before you got in, you're like, I want to be part of that experience. I want to be part of the culture. Yes, the degree is worth a million, but also being in that culture changes you. So that's why people want to get into it. So, but that also takes perseverance and a lot of commitment to get into that place. So you guys are best to talk about it. Talk about the experience of just getting into that place. Did you feel nervous? Did you feel you could make it? What was that feeling like?
અરે અરે આની પહેલા એક મારો એક સવાલ છે કે ઠીક છે તમે મળી ગયો આ એમાં મહેનત કરી મળી ગયું પણ જે બિગેસ્ટ જે મોટિવેશન હોય કે પહેલી વાર ક્યારેક વિચાર્યું હશે ને કે બસ મારે આઈઆઈએમમાં એડમિશન લેવું છે કે આગળ એમબીએ કરવું છે પહેલેથી વિચાર્યું હતું કે સમય જતા પછી વિચાર્યું કે નહીં હવે કરી લઈએ.
So for me, what happened was I never planned to do an MBA formally, but what happened is in my third year there was, so we are part of the Ahmedabad University, so we had some of the perks. So getting into getting a free entry into IMA sometimes is one of those perks, because it comes under a big umbrella. So because of that, I just got an opportunity to present a startup idea, and I just thought that okay, I have something in mind, I have a startup idea, and I'll just pitch it, let's see what happens. Short story short, there were so many rounds, and then I got selected. Eventually there was a 2 month training program for the startup nurturing program, and then I won some kind of grant at the end of the program. But the best part was, during that I interacted with so many MBA graduates from IIM Ahmedabad, and seeing what kind of journey they are going through, what is their holistic experience about being an MBA. And so I would say that that was the trigger point in my life when I thought that okay, this is something that I want to do. And being very good at communication and networking with people, business strategizing and all that. So I thought that I want to be in a forefront role rather than, so I was a tech guy at the point, so I was mostly working behind the scenes, and that's when I thought that yeah, I am very good at coding and all and that stuff, but I would really want to be in the forefront roles of the world. And that was my trigger point, or my main logic to pursue an MBA. Yeah, Ili, go ahead.
I'll bring to that.
So I really don't have such amazing story, I would say. So how it started was when I was doing my undergrad, we had to like take up electives, and then we have to take up projects. So over there, I took up a couple of projects in which I was working with intellectual property under Ajay Karan. And in that only, I got an opportunity to work with, as in have a startup and work with, as in do a live project and work with a startup. So over there, I got to understand that okay, this is how a company works, and these are the things, and what are the struggles and everything. And I was really like interested in it. That was point first. Second, I also had one internship with Venture Studio, wherein I was like working with various kind of startups over there. So this entire startup culture fascinated me so much. That was one thing. Second one, after my master's, I was confused. Okay, what should I do? Should I go for PhD? Should I not go for PhD? If not PhD, should I take up a job? What should I do? Now, PhD, at least 5 years of commitment, I didn't think I was ready for it. I wanted something quick. And job, I mean, I don't think I had such good job prospects then. So I was like, okay, let's give it a try. We'll give out cat, we'll give out net, we'll give gate, we'll do everything. Whatever happens, we'll go with it. And I also had this discussion with Ajay, so that what should I do? And he said that, like 4 years I've been working with you, and you kind of suit more into the management domain than to research domain because you really don't like enjoy what you do. And then I introspected over it, and that was true. I mean, all my research projects I did it, but I never enjoyed. I was never excited about what I was doing. Even my dissertation I did it really nicely, but never fascinated. I was like, okay, so let's give it a try. And somehow maybe destiny, I just ended up and done that. No, never really planned like that.
ક્યારે પેલી માછલીઓ યાદ આવે છે?
That was the best time because મને એવું લાગે છે કે એ વખતે લાઈફમાં આટલું બધું પ્રેશર ને લોડ હતું, બહુ શાંતિની જિંદગી હતી. અને અત્યારે બી when I go to people and I tell, dude, I was understanding the behavior of fishes. It's the most fascinating thing you can tell in an interview, and you can drive your entire interview on it.
Wait. So did that actually happen? Did you actually say that in any interview?
Yes.
Yes. What happened?
So,
wait a minute. For all the viewers out there, Haley did a project with fishes to understand their behavior. So please go on, Haley. Please do.
So during a summer placements, I got a shortlist for PhD. Okay. The first round was like basic HR questions. Then I went for the second round. And over there, they were like, okay, so you have written on your CV that you have done some kind of dissertation. Can you tell us about that? So I said that, I was trying to understand their shoaling behavior. So I got a shoaling. So then I was like, okay, let me put it very simply. It's the group formation and kind of how do they make friends. Yeah, like fishes make friends. I was like, yes, they do. Then it started from there. And the interview was so fascinated, and then suddenly at that moment there comes a bee from a window. It's like, okay, what bee is this? And I'm like, okay, it seems to be like honeybee. Then I went on explaining how a person got Nobel Prize for just inventing that honeybees communicate via vagal dance, and they kind of dance and these things. That entire round went on this discussion. We are talking about bees, we are talking about fishes. That's all, and that person was so happy. He's like, I've never thought these organisms are so smart. And yeah, I got that internship, and for my summers I was
Bravo!
So yeah, this is really amazing.
And really that is really an interesting purview, because the people who are interviewing these candidates at MBA colleges, they usually have a same set of story. I was an engineer, I was interested in maths, so I did that. And when someone like you from your background comes, when someone like Haley shares his story, like I have one similar friend in my college who is from an arts background, and in her Deloitte interview she just narrated how she wrote a fiction novel. She has not published or written anything, but she wrote a fiction novel on killing some people and all that, and it was really fascinating for the panel. They're like, okay, that's something interesting. It's not related to the field, it's not remotely related, but still you have a quality of storytelling and all that, and that is the reason they just select you and they move ahead with your profile, because it's a different experience for them too.
I mean, I just wanted to put forward few more points. So I think it really sounds fascinating, interesting. That is fine. But whenever I'm telling this experience of mine that in my undergrad I was doing this, I was doing that, I really have these insights that I can give to people. That we had a variety of subjects, like ranging from developmental biology to cancer biology to immunology, everything. And then I decided to go for animal behavior, and like a researcher is never just a researcher. That I always tell this in interview that for my dissertation I became a plumber. I was doing the leaking thing for my aquarium. I was becoming a I did everything that like that had to be done for my experiments. So it's like you're not just doing one thing and you're not just doing your brain. So it's a creativity element. It's also experimenting. And biggest thing that science teaches you is accepting failure, because a number of times my experiments would fail, and still you have to be persistent enough and you have to go on with it. So these qualities that is something, you know, that makes me really different from an engineer. So when you come from a diverse background, you have these things that, you know, you have some kind of a USP, that is unique selling point, that, you know, you can see that this is how I differ from the crowd. And that is what interests most of the interviewers. So that is why I
Okay,
say
so
that, you know,
Haley and
people
Kishan,
from,
so are you
yeah.
providing us with a loophole to enter into IIM?
Maybe.
No, I mean, I'm just saying that
no,
because people from different backgrounds might think that why should I do an MBA? So I'm saying that no, that's not the case. I mean, if you actually go for an MBA, it's a like you have an edge over the other people like commerce and engineers. You have something different to offer. So that is why you should never think that, you know, I should go for an MBA.
adding on or rather piggybacking to Pratyush's point, you just gave us a trade secret without even knowing it. So all the viewers who are watching this video, trust me, get a fish story. Talk about fishing, or talk about how you thought fishes are these amazing creatures which you want to make friends with, or rather understanding how they behave.
That
That's
is
it.
not
We
what I'm
guarantee you a
talking.
seat in IIM. But of course, again, you have to make sure you get like excellent marks, excellent grades, excellent referrals. Then you go with the fish story. All right.
Or
So,
what do
so
you do?
anyway,
I'm an
cheers to you
accountant.
guys.
Okay. I collect fishes. Oh yeah.
That really sells it.
Actually.
Well, that is actually one. By the way, I don't know if you remember this, Haley. Speaking of the plumber point, I remember this one point back, I think a year ago, when you're doing your dissertation, at the start of the dissertation, you asked me to hold a tank. And I was like, why? You're like, I need to pour water in it. I'm like, why? And I need to fill fishes in it. I'm like, cool. So I need to hold a tank now with water. That is very unscientific, right? Like you hear people in the research field talk about holding a tank with water. It's like you're a scientist.
Informative. Reddy, very informative.
No, but you think
मैं क्या
about
क्या
it.
मैंने
So
tank
these
उठाया.
are the things we have done. These are the things we have done.
Science isn't always pretty. So
Yeah.
speaking of pretty things, MBA seems to be very pretty in many people's minds. So we spoke about IIM culture, but what about the MBA culture? Because regardless of you're in IIM or whatever college you're in, any parent would like their son or daughter to do an MBA after the undergraduate degree, especially Indian parents. Why do you think that is? I'm pretty sure you know a lot of your friends who just came there because their parents wanted them to do an MBA, right? Speak about the MBA culture.
So, people prefer MBA. So, okay, let me, divide my answer into two parts. Why people prefer doing MBA? Why their parents want their kids to do it? Okay. Why people prefer doing MBA? Because so for commerce people, it's a butt obvious choice. Okay, BCom कर लिया, ये कर लिया, MBA कर लिया. For engineers, maybe like I think Kishan would be a better person to answer for this, but still I feel थोड़ा diversity चाहिए engineering में. Masters नहीं करना है, ये पूरा तो कर लेते. For other people, I think more or less it's like either they don't want to pursue the field that they are in. Like 12th के बाद इतना knowledge नहीं होता यार, friends कर रहे ये कर रहे ये. We have just taken the decision. But when you finish your undergrad or masters, you maybe have more knowledge about what you really want to do. You have more clarity, you're more sorted, and you definitely know what you don't want to do rather than what you want to do. So that is why maybe most people diverge. Apart from that, a little bit of money, because people with MBA are really paid well, and this is where why
Cha-ching.
parents want to do their kids MBA, because it's like really good ROI.
Totally
I said it's a
affirmative. Yeah.
belief. I mean,
It's a
yeah.
belief.
Yeah, I like that point. Printing money. What about your viewpoint?
People really do imagine that you go to an MBA and after 2 years you will come with a bag load of cash.
હા પણ
It's not Jannat
મને તો
movie.
એવું જ દેખાય IIM નું નામ પડે એટલે પછી 2 વર્ષ પછી
Paisa.
I mean, no, actually, it's you have to take it with a pinch of salt. So, like for example, IIMs, they have on an average 15 to 20 lakh of fees. So you're paying 15 to 20 lakh. Okay, there would be an ROI, but again, there are so many people. How you get placed, the economy जो है वो uncertain चल रहा है कोरोना की वजह से. So a lot of factors come into picture. How you're going to perform over there? What's your background? What's your kind of CV? So many things. So you cannot really say that.
Yeah, but it's also like saying if you become a doctor, your life is set. Or if you become an engineer, doctors are the most preferred, professions for most Indian parents for their children, right?
Yeah.
So Kishan,
Yeah,
what
but
about your
I
viewpoint?
personally believe that, you know, we shouldn't go for like a profession for money itself. I mean, you should go for something you like doing or something you're interested in rather than just money. Because otherwise, in long run, you'll just be bored and you'll be like, dude, what am I doing with my life?
I
Yeah,
totally
Kishan.
agree. Totally agree. What about you,
हेली
Kishan?
और किशन, एक क्वेश्चन आया मेरे को
उसके
कि
लिए कहाँ ट्विटर
एमबीए
से आया
में
कि इंस्टाग्राम से? From Twitter or Instagram? Where did you get the question from?
इसको म्यूट कर दो। तो हम कहाँ थे? हाँ, तो
एक
एक
क्वेश्चन
क्वेश्चन आया
आया।
कि एमबीए में दे टीच यू हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड पीपल, हाउ टू साइकोलॉजिकली अंडरस्टैंड पीपल, बराबर? कि मार्केट उस हिसाब से चलता है, ठीक है?
Yeah.
तो इफ आई डोंट ऑप्ट फॉर एन एमबीए, so what is the difference between not opting for an MBA and going to a college for pursuing MBA? So what will be the outcome of that? The outcome in the difference in the outcome.
Okay, I'll take that. So yeah, so the main difference is, so prior to your MBA also you have a basic idea, you have your logic that okay, market works this ways. Like right now you know that there are so many people out there who are pursuing digital content, so you started this channel. So in that sort of way you have it. But what really, so when you want to target high ends, you know, you want to get really famous or you want to achieve new heights, you need a platform. And as per me, I am to offer you that platform. You are heard. So right now, if I'm starting something, or if so right now, recently I'll tell you one little story. So there are a couple of graduates from IIM Mangalore who just realized that, you know, there are so many corporate competitions going on, and you know, so MBA students usually take part in these competitions, wherein a company floats a competition, there is a case study, you solve it and you get big prizes. Like big prizes as in it can really vary from lakhs to PPO opportunities to jobs to, there is a whole lot of trivia there. So just IMB student realized that I will start a channel wherein he has won 2-3 competitions, and like I'll share my experience, I'll share how I approached it. And that channel, he's an IMB graduate from 2013 or 14, and the channel is booming right now. I mean, you will not believe it, but they are charging a hefty fee of 1500 for around 3 to 4 sessions, and the channel is booming right now. Almost all the MBA graduates from prominent IIMs are flocking to that channel. So that gives you a platform. If being a nobody, I start a platform like that, even if I have won some competitions, I'll not get that outreach. So that's why they say MBA is all about networking. You have that set of people you get into touch with who can really give you that edge. You know, they can push you up the limit. So it's mostly about that, rather than the theoretical knowledge or the logic or whatever mindset or whatever brain of thought you have. So that is something that people usually have from a without an MBA degree also. They usually have a very good set of logic.
I want to just ask one thing about this. So I'm glad you made that point about networking. That's what mainly MBA is about. But as an engineer, or rather even Haley, you as a research scientist, you've seen that networking actually opens up a lot of players in even those engineering and life sciences fields. Is that more in MBA, or is that not as required in other fields, or is it required more in MBA fields? Your thoughts on that?
I think networking as well as required in all the fields. However, in management, people tend to have so much of switching, and you know, people like experiment also a lot. So after having a good, corporate life, people tend to take up startups. People want to take short stints here and there, and that is why networking becomes really important for management people rather than other people. But however, networking in general is like really important to its world. Apart from that, what Kishan said, I would like to say that what's the difference in, you know, a person who has done an MBA and not done an MBA? Okay, so before doing MBA, I used to believe, so because I come from Gujarat, and you know, in Gujarat, like every second person's parents are businessmen, so same goes with me. My parents are business. So, you know, my dad used to say this, you know, you don't need MBA for doing business. You know, you just need to know that for is काम करने के लिए कौन अच्छा बंदा है. But you need to manage those people. What you do. Other things you just outsource. So that's like a good manager should know how to manage things rather than knowing everything, you know. So I used to believe that. But once I went to MBA, I realized that that is not the case. यार किसी से काम लेने के लिए ना थोड़ा basic knowledge भी आना चाहिए. मतलब I might, you know, hire a cook if I don't know how to cook. बट यू नो अगर वो किसी दिन थोड़ा इधर उधर खाना बनेगा, इफ आई नो कुकिंग आई कैन से यार थोड़ा ये मसाला ऐसे कर दो करके, जस्ट एग्जांपल, यू नो. तो in order to किसी से काम लेने के लिए भी थोड़ा knowledge होना चाहिए. And when you have an MBA, you know these things. मतलब पहले मुझे, even if I read newspaper, I wouldn't know these things. Now when I read a newspaper, I understand, okay, Nifty आज ये हुआ, Sensex आज ये हुआ. I can make better, decisions. I can be very responsible when I'm doing my investments. Like I know I can be really like my financial independent किसी और degree या किसी और domain में भी हो जाती. But when it comes to investment and these things, I have a better knowledge once I've done an MBA. Even when it like I talk about shopping, पहले मैं shopping के लिए जाऊँगी तो I would have just bought it the way any person would bring things. Now when I go, I definitely know कि भाई ये इतना मतलब offer दे रहा है, ये है, this is at a eye level, ये यहाँ पे placing हुआ है. तो the way they use customer psychology making you buy things, you make smarter decisions in buying things. I think once you know these things that okay, this is how they want me to think, I'll not going to think like that. So
okay,
I mean that
okay,
is
time out. So that means you have to offer people like us who are non MBA people. Where do they keep the best clothes in the clothing section? Is it in the front or is it in the back?
Okay, so
Usually
basically what you guys are implying, yeah, continue.
No, usually I mean there's nothing like best and not best. It's just that whatever they want to grab your attention, those things are placed at a particular level, and also they know that what all parameters do you consider while buying. I mean, it's very likely that if you're going to purchase these kind of products, then you'll go along and you'll buy these kind of products.
Yeah.
So they kind of try to put those things together. And like other things which are called impulse buying products, like you might see that when you go to a mall and you are standing in that line of billing, you see those little things that a battery cell or a chewing gum. These things are placed over there. Why? Because they think that people might forget. So and when you are standing in the queue, you might feel, oh, I'm bored. Let me buy a gum. So that is why those impulse buying products are placed over there. So these little things are there. That's maybe.
Basically, MBA teaches you to take decisions aptly and promptly.
I would say
without wasting.
make better
Smartly.
decisions,
Yeah.
informed decisions rather.
Can we say better
Informed.
critical thinkers? Can we say better critical thinkers?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
So
Okay, so now-
sorry, I just remember one thing. So one more reason why you get these kind of thing in an MBA is, as I said, that MBA you have all kind of people. So when we are doing projects, we have all kind of people. So तभी आता है कि मैं life sciences, so I have this perspective towards things. Engineer would have a different perspective. A commerce person would have a different perspective. तो वो 2 साल में सबके perspective आप जानते हो, तो that is how you tend to learn that how to look at a particular thing from different point of views, and that is what makes you a better critical thinker. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so if we don't go for MBA and rather opt for critical thinking as a course, so
I see where you're getting at.
that'd be equivalent.
Yeah.
I see. They was like,
So
okay,
that
so
means
this is
comparing
MBA.
it-
apple with an orange here. I really don't think.
No.
that's
Practice is like, this is awesome. This is practice. This is MBA. This is critical thinking. So what do I choose? One baby or the other?
See,
Yeah.
our audience is, मतलब अभी हमारी जो भी audience है, they are confused in this, right? मेरे को पता होगा नहीं पता होगा, if we don't ask that question to a person who is pursuing that, so obviously they're not going to know.
Yeah.
They're not going to come to know, right? So I think that this is a required question that should be answered for our audience.
Yeah,
but
of course.
continuing to my point, so Haley has aptly pointed out that decision making, you improve your decision making, you can look from multiple perspectives. But as I earlier said, that still the part rests on that you need a platform. So critical thinking, if you take an online course or if you pursue something, you will definitely get the knowledge. But MBAs, they have a very keen way of approaching things. So how they deliver things to you, these corporate competitions, there are live projects going on. The summer internship is structured in a certain way. So right, like I'll say that when Reddy was saying about coronavirus, I also have a lot of trivia, or I also know a lot of stuff about coronavirus. But if I'm not into the research domain, am I going to apply it anywhere? No. So that is what MBA gives you. You need that implementation phase, and and the other part of it is that the economy out there is, so if you are someone who has a good sort of knowledge but don't have any credentials to your backing, so you will have a tough job getting out there, really. You need, if you're aiming to get into Google, or you want to be the head of marketing at Google and something like that, you need a degree. So we have a mindset out there that you need to have some sort of credentials wherein you can say that, okay, I'm from so and so thing, and I know so and so people. I have this sort of marketing or networking amongst people, and that is why I want to do this. You have to have your story rather than just saying, okay, I know marketing.
Beautifully put. Beautifully put.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I would like to say a couple of things. So first is, if I talk about engineering or physics or mathematics, in these domains you have laws. As compared to biology, in biology you have like hypothesis, or you have a theory, like theory of special creation or some hypothesis. You usually don't have laws. Why? Because you're dealing with organisms, smaller or bigger, and that is where you have so much of variables, their response, their reaction. You cannot really predict, and that is how you cannot have a universal law. When you go to management, that the variety you'll have is more, because now you're dealing with humans. You're not even dealing with any other little organisms, and that is how we have more variety. And that is where so many things come into picture. You cannot say that like I would think that this is how my consumer is going to behave, but you cannot really be sure, right? So one simple example I would say that Close Up. Okay, so Close Up has a brand proposition. Whenever you see an ad, they always talk about freshness. So Close Up already said that when you're using a product, you have this thing that you are so fresh that you will never feel awkward and getting intimate with a person. But consumers never understood this thing. Close Up never really was able to convince this thing to the consumers, and that is why even today Colgate has such a big market share in toothpaste. So that is how management is really different from other domains, that you have a lot of variety come into picture, and you just cannot predict things really perfectly. That is point one. Second, if I talk about IIMs particularly, we don't just have textbooks and a particular syllabus that we have to talk. The half of the pedagogy is by case studies. So as they say that not everything in this world is completely new. A number of companies have faced these problems and they have failed or they've succeeded. So you look at the case studies, you see that okay, this is how it was done, this is what they did, did they succeed, did they fail? So you look upon their case studies and you learn these things. So kind of you really get an idea that how it's done in real life, rather than just doing it in an experiment or studying a textbook. So that is how it differs from any other course or any other thing like that.
So Haley, I'm glad you brought up the point about Close Up not able to advertise that properly. But what advertisement, at least in my personal opinion, is the best advertisement company of all time, and I've told you this before. It's the Durex condom ads. They are the best. I swear to God.
I mean,
for the viewers watching right now, close the window, or rather pause the video, go search Durex condom ads, or even buy it if you want to wear it. That's up to you. But the advertisements, my God, they're the best. They convey everything you need to know in 2 lines. That's it. I mean, it's amazing. Like, seriously, you should check it out. You should check it out. Trust me. But moving on from advertisements and MBA and everything, what's one thing we are all facing right now? Online classes.
Yeah.
Online classes is either a pain or rather even a boon to some people. Like, some people really love it. Some students really hate it. What are your thoughts on online classes? Because your classes have started, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Haley first.
Okay, so usually in all the IIMs, the MBA program is a residential program. So they want you to stay over there and do an MBA. There's a reason behind this, because the kind of rigor we have over there and the kind of life they want us to have, they want us to train for that. And that is why living on a campus is really important, because, okay, most of our submissions are at 23:59:59. That is our deadline. So, we are working till night. And pulling a whole night is not a big thing if you're in an IIM. So this kind of life, कुछ भी हो, submission हो, सब मिलके करेंगे, group projects ही होते हैं. So these kind of things really happens when you are living, in campus. when you come to a virtual mode, it's really difficult to, have these things virtually and working on a project or a submission, this like that. Apart from that, जो learning class में आती है, like it's more of a dialogue. You can communicate, you can learn these things. When it comes to virtual, it really, I really find it's very passive. That person is talking. If I want to talk at any point of time, so many people like might unmute at the same time. You really don't have a particular code of conduct that you can establish. And if it happens, it really feels that half of the people might lose interest after certain time, and then because no one is going to watch you, you might doze off at it, you wouldn't even know. So it's really not that helpful in a way. So the learning that you get in the classroom, that is really different. Otherwise, इतना time हो गया, इतना technology आ गया था, ये हो गया था, वो हो गया था. Why do we still have actual classrooms? There's a reason, that classrooms, I personally feel, can never be replaced by, virtual mode, something like that. Because that feel, we human beings, we really like have prefer that, we can talk to someone in real and we have that other person over there. You can have a dialogue, you can learn these things. That really like doesn't happen in online mode, and that is why I think we really don't like that. Yeah, Kishan, you would have maybe more points to add on that.
Yeah. So very aptly put by Haley that networking, collaboration, what we require in most of our projects or everyday learnings of our MBA. So yeah, for that definitely this online platform is not suitable, or we don't want barriers into our learning. So definitely from that perspective, it is something that we do not enjoy on an everyday basis. Plus this technical glitches, issues, there are loads of stuff out there. For me, so I personally, I'm personally very optimistic about situations. So for me, what's different is right now this platform. So I'm in a stage where I know that the pandemic out there is changing a lot of things. There are a lot of differences that are coming up. So like I want to really learn new things and I want to capture on the market. So right now my approach is what I'm so I've completed my summer internship that which I got on campus. So I started another internship to learn something new. Meanwhile, I'm pursuing another course on LinkedIn, one course on Coursera. So you know what? I'm expanding my horizon to literally figure out what is it that the market is really looking for. And that is something that I feel that this online platform is helping me, because I have my session recording. So you know what? So in MBA sessions also, it's not like everything is very cut through. So there are times when you feel that I am very well aware of this particular concept or this ideology or whatever theory that is going on. So for me, what I do is I download the recordings on my weekends. I just skim through him, or I whenever I feel that this is something really important, I can look at it, and when I feel that okay, I know this, I can skip it. So my time management is really improving in this pandemic, and that is probably the only one reason that I have in favor of online classes, and in not in favor of online classes. There is this, so the scale is literally tipped in not in favor of online, but there are some pros and cons, and the only pro that I feel right now is this time management that I'm being able to do.
I want to get your thoughts on this, Jaydeep and Pratish. What do you guys think? Because you guys are not in classes anymore. So what do you guys think about this as former students?
भाई हम तो क्लास में थे, क्लास तब भी क्लास में नहीं थे भाई. मैं लास्ट के 5 मिनट में तो आता था. अब मैं तो क्या ही बोलूं मैं.
Right.
हो जाता था.
For all the viewers out there,
मेरे को याद है.
Yeah, please go on, Pratish. Yeah.
कि ऐसा मैं क्लास में एंटर हुआ, फैकल्टी आई, फैकल्टी ने स्टार्ट किया, मैं हेड डाउन करके सो गया. तो आई मीन हाँ, मतलब वो चली जाती थी ना यार. लेक्चर खत्म होगा तो वहाँ पे मेरे से थोड़ी बैठ जाएगी, आधे बेटा खाना खाते हैं. तो आई एम इन फेवर ऑफ ऑनलाइन क्लासेस.
नहीं देख पे मेरा तो ऐसा था.
दैट इज एन ओपिनियन.
Yeah, definitely.
अभी की मैं बात करूँ ना, तो मैं ऑनलाइन क्लासेस ज्यादा प्रीफर करूंगा, क्योंकि मैं ना ऐसे तो अभी कुछ क्लासेस है नहीं, अभी सब कुछ खत्म हो गया. फिर भी हम ना सीखते हैं ऐसे यूट्यूब से और कहीं से भी. तो अभी उस तरफ से देखे ना, तो मैंने क्लास के मुकाबले मैंने यूट्यूब से और बाकी बहुत जगहों से मैंने ज्यादा सीखा है. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है ऐसे डिजिटल जो चीजें हैं ना, तो हम कहीं भी सीख सकते हैं, उसके लिए मतलब क्लासेस की जरूरत नहीं है.
बट वहीं पे अगर देखो इसका हैंड्स ऑन चाहिए तो
मतलब प्रैक्टिकल चाहिए तो ऑफ कोर्स तुझे जाना ही पड़ेगा, पर ऐसे थियोरेटिकल है तो
Yeah.
तो वही
So
सीख
it should
सकता
not be
है।
permanent, but
हाँ,
yeah,
वही अभी
मतलब
कैसा है,
for a
हम लोग
temporary
नॉलेज गेन कर
basis.
रहे थे. या एग्जैक्टली, इफ यू आर गेनिंग नॉलेज देन ऑफलाइन इज बेटर.
My personal feeling towards this is,
ऑफलाइन आई मीन ऑनलाइन.
we as a generation, we grew up in like offline. We didn't have internet, if you remember, when in our earlier days.
Yeah.
We were born in a generation where there was not internet at all, proper internet. We had one television, we had those dial-up phones, and then the internet was a really big thing that came into us when we were in the middle schools or high school, even for some kids of our generation. So we are used to being in offline. But I guarantee you, kids who are growing up now, like really young kids who are in schools now, they would prefer online classes. They would, because for them everything is virtual. We liked having, the only way we could talk to our friends is to go and talk to them. We didn't have phones back in the day. And I'm saying this like I'm really old. I'm not, but still, I really feels like I'm really old, doesn't it? Like just 10 years ago, with the technology, the Zoom meeting we're having right now wasn't possible. Think about it.
पर
So
अभी
I
भी
personally,
ऑनलाइन
yeah,
क्लासेस की बात करें तो ये जो फॉर्म है जूम वाला जिसमें 5 लोग दिख रहे हैं, वो ऐसे दिखने में बहुत बोरिंग सा लगता है। अभी तू बायजूस का प्रोडक्ट देख, वो बच्चों के लिए उसके वीडियो देख, वो भी ऑनलाइन क्लासेस जैसा ही हुआ ना, मतलब सेम ही है। तो
Yeah.
उसमें बहुत ज्यादा सीख सकते हैं।
Yeah.
मतलब
And
यही
it's really evolving over time. So I
हाँ,
feel that there are so many companies out there. There is Upgrad, there is Springfield, and all that. So it's really evolving. And what Pratyush rightly pointed out is we need hands-on learning. So right now, if you see any online courses, they will mostly have a coupled project, from an industry. So if you pursue any analytics specialization on Coursera, you will see that there is a capstone project attached to it, which is usually from a company that is like General Electric or Google or big bucks. So they are also trying that कि वो hands-on learning आना तो चाहिए. Usually some courses have that. I am Calcutta is doing a course wherein you have to visit the campus for around. So there are campus visits at the start of the course, at the end of the course. The rest of it is online. So yeah, they do take care, or they do take in factor in the virtual hands-on thing. So yeah.
और दूसरी बात ये है कि ऐसे कोर्स की फीस भी कम हो जाती है ना। जैसे मेरी बहन अभी MBBS कर रही है, तो उसका पहले कैसा था कि पीजी के क्लासेस होते थे, तो उस क्लासेस की 1 साल की फीस मतलब 19,000 से 1 लाख तक की आती है। अभी वही क्लासेस ऑनलाइन हो गए, मतलब ऑनलाइन वो ऐप आती है, जैसे बायजूस का कैसे बच्चों के लिए, वैसे ही पीजी के लिए उनकी एक ऐप आती है, मेरो करके कुछ है। तो उनका ना 45,000 में 2 लोग पढ़ सकते हैं 1 साल या 2 साल तक। तो वो भी फायदा होता है। और उसमें भी क्या है कि उसमें सारे जो फिगर आते हैं ना, वो मूवेबल होते हैं। मतलब जैसे यूट्यूब वीडियो में हम जैसे कैसे कार्टून देख रहे हैं, तो पर्टिकुलर मसल कैसे काम करता है, कैसे हिलता है, वो देख के वो समझ सकते हैं। जबकि हम वो ऑफलाइन क्लासेस में जाते हैं, वहाँ ड्रॉ करते हैं, तो वो समझने में भी वो अच्छा रहता है। मतलब
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it depends on what domain you are in. मतलब, you
Yeah,
cannot have a particular set for everything. Like, मेरा summer internship was in sales. Now, if you go for sales, like really, your market is something जहाँ से तुमको data मिलेगा. यार, your market is your Makkah. That is what we say in marketing. So if I don't get to go to market, I don't get my data, I don't get to meet my consumers. अब मैं यार सब जगह गूगल फॉर्म फ्लोट कर रही हूँ, मैं तुमको बोल रही हूँ अच्छा तुम शैम्पू कैसे खरीदते हो. It's not how I'm going to get my data. I really need to go. I need to see how you're making purchases. So that is why in these domains, I really don't think online or virtual is an option. So it really varies. I mean, everyone will have different opinions.
while I agree with that point, and yes, everybody will have different opinions in this topic, and it's that kind of a topic where it's an endless debate. Both sides have very valid points. But I do want to ask this to you guys, as people who are in the field of marketing and management, do you see the field getting more and more virtual, especially with this pandemic? Is it becoming more and more virtual? Because like you said, Haley, sales, you need to go and find out what's happening. Do you see that slowly going into the virtual world where now you can get that data online?
Okay, I'll answer this. So it's not actually getting virtual. So there are a lot of TED Talks out there wherein you can feel. So actually technology is not replacing us, it's complementing us. So like this is my belief from start that it's just there to make better decisions. So that I'll quote one movie. So there is a movie called The Internship, wherein there are two people with zero experience. They are from sales domain. They are the best salesmen, and they just enter into internship with Google. So in the end of the movie, so I'll recommend the watchers to watch it. In the end of the movie, they said that the kids are here with their data and their analytics, but what really matters, the thing that really matters is the touch,
human
the personal touch.
Yeah.
That is, so as per me, it's never going to get fully virtual. It's the personal touch is something that will always stay there. It's just technology is complementing our, it's a hands-on thing that we can access a lot of many, so our decision making capability is increasing, so it's getting faster. But still, to drive it to the, to make the home run, you still need to have that personal touch. That is very important, especially when you
Just
talk about domain like sales or something like that. Yeah.
Just a minute, Haley. Before you go
Yeah,
ahead,
go on.
I'd just like to say for the viewers that the movie is The Internship is it's Owen Wilson. Do check it out. It's a really really wonderful movie. It'll
Wonderful movie.
besides what else are you doing? It's
Available
the
freely on
pandemic. Watch the
YouTube,
movie.
and yeah, it's a
Yeah,
great watch.
It's there on
really.
Netflix as well.
Yeah, it's
Please go on, Haley. You
Well, Amazon has been trying to come up with certain things like, you can just walk into the store and you can scan the product and you can just walk out. You don't need people in a store. So there have been companies who are trying to do so many things, but end of the day, till an extent you can do everything cannot be done virtually. uh, so in marketing, as we say that the as the cost of the product increases, you really need you're really dicey about buying it online. So if you have to buy furniture, so people were really dicey about buying it from Pepperfry, because when it comes to furniture, you would like to go there, you would like to see that, okay, how does that couch look, how does the chair look. So that is
how
how,
does it
not
feel?
everything. Yeah, people. And our generation is still open to buying things online. If you look upon our parents, they are still so much, uh, dicey about, should
conservative.
I make this purchase online? What like so many things. They really like the touch and feel of the product. I would like to, like even my dad still prefers to go to the showroom, try out his shirt, and then purchase. He doesn't
Oh
like buying
no,
things online.
forget my pants. I am the same way. Like I no, I'm not kidding. I've never ever bought anything online. I do not like the fact that I cannot touch and see it or feel. I know it's quirky. I'm a dinosaur, but that's just how I like it.
ऑनलाइन कपड़ा तो मैं भी नहीं
And
लेता
for
हूँ.
different products, it's different. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way, you cannot have everything online. There will always be some things that you will have to, like, you know, have it offline.
And bottom line is, humans are extroverted by nature. You need to have that feeling where you, for even grocery shopping, you go into the Reliance Mall and you are like, so without salesperson or sales service, a small, like what Haley mentioned that Amazon is trying to do, like we need to have that human touch. We need to ask the guy that is this fresh or not, even though that the mall is not going to put something that is not fresh, but we still have that feeling that likha hai, the band says that it's size 34, but we still ask the salesperson that will this fit me or not.
Yeah,
We need that. We live for that.
definitely. So, Jaydeep and
Tiny
Venkatesh,
little
anything?
things, like I have seen that how people go to mall and they'll purchase a product. Especially if I talk about groceries or vegetables, as compared to like वो सुबह बेचने आएंगे उनसे लेंगे और उनसे ऐसे बार्गेनिंग करके फ्री में वो धनिया लेने में उनको जो मजा आएगा as compared to buying it from a mall. So these little things really different. किराने वाले से जाएंगे, आधा घंटा बातें करेंगे, अच्छा भैया ये है वो है, हर महीने की पहली तारीख को किराने वाले को पैसे दे के क्रेडिट पे वो ग्रोसरी लाने की खुशी, right away and buying it from a mall. These things really will exist. So, that little thing will there that will make it like, we like the way as it is, rather than, getting out of the comfort zone.
Every day I'm running after my mom that she's standing in a group of 15 people and buying the groceries from the the local the cart wala that comes in, and I'm like, mom, wear the mask. They don't care about the pandemic. They are like vegetables need to be fresh. I need to touch it, and they want that. So it's a bit of socializing in the lives of housewife, and also they need that bit of outlet. when they are almost doing a lot of work, housewife and household chores all day in the house, they need that. When we tell them that okay, we'll order from big basket, she's like, nah, it's fine, it's better this. I don't need it. We tell that it's usually of much better quality when you order it from this online platform. But mom is like, nah, I don't need the quality. I need that outlet. Yeah, that feeling.
Doing things on your own also gives a different kind of happiness. Like in this lockdown itself, you might have seen that people are trying out cakes, and it was like thing that you need to at least make one cake before this lockdown opens. So and that happiness of
Dalgona
making my
coffee.
own cake rather.
એ જ કહેવાનું.
Yeah, Dalgona coffee. Oh, so it's there. So
Pratish, you wanted to say something?
नहीं मैंने बोला उसका हेली का इंटरनेट कनेक्शन ऐसा वेवर हुआ बट वापस आ गई वो.
अच्छा. So do Jaideep and do you guys want to ask anything else, or do Kishan and Haley, you want to share anything more in this session? The floors are.
I mean, pretty much, yeah. You guys had planned it properly, so yeah. It's most of the discussion is pretty much covered, but yeah. So CAT preparation part or something. If anyone is looking out advices on that, then there are lot of forums wherein you can look how to prepare about CAT or what are the strategies and all that. Will not dive deeper into that. But yeah, it's mostly about passion. So I know for Haley, particularly, I knew that she is.
No, I'm going to tell my story. Please.
You are going to tell your.
I'm going to tell my story. You're not allowed
please.
to quote me.
Please, I'm listening intently. So are our viewers, by the way.
So okay. The day me and Kishan became friends, okay, that was the day when I had asked Kishan, okay, is root 3 into root 3? That was my first question I had asked him. So I started
on the board, I'll elaborate a bit here. On the board, the faculty had written 3, and for some kind of he is doing.
It was an algebra class, and we were doing splitting. Splitting, yeah. So I started my CAT preparation.
Rationalization, sorry.
I started my CAT
just split the 3 into root 3 into root 3, and then yeah. I mean, she turned back to me and she's like, what just happened here? And I'm like, I don't know
how to explain the numerical here.
वो उसको मैथ्स बोलते हैं, वो होता है ऐसा एग्जिस्ट करता है वो.
I mean, tell you how will you explain someone ki root 3 into root 3 is 3? मतलब I tried like 3 root 3 is 3 raised to 1 by 2, so 3 raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 1. How do you explain that?
होता है, देख होता है.
Her story is very different from mine. Yeah. Yes, because she's from not a math background and
mathematics after my 10th class. Okay, so 11th, 12th, and like when I was preparing for CAT, it was like 4th year of my integrated masters. So around 6 years, no mathematics. The only mathematics that I had to do was M1 equal to M2 V2, बोला molarity, normality निकाल दिया, हो गया. ठीक है. और जेनेटिक्स में we had an equation P into Q is equal to 1, जिसमें Q अगर दिया है 0.7, तुम्हारा P होगा 0.3. बस इतनी मैथ हमको. और पहला दिन कैट का मैंने प्रेप चालू किया तो मेरा ये हालत था कि root 3 into root 3 is equal to 3 होता है, ये मुझे नहीं पता था. From there to like getting an IIM, that was my journey. So one thing I'll say that like if people say that it's difficult, you don't come from a math background, तुमको math आनी चाहिए, integration, differentiation, analysis, so नहीं होता. It's just passion and थोड़ा सा smartness. You just need to know कैट में कि क्या करना है, क्या छोड़ना है, बस कट ऑफ निकालना होता है, ये करना होता है. स्मार्टनेस चाहिए. You have to do smart work and a little bit of hard work. That's it.
Well,
perfectly said.
तो मैं हेली की स्टोरी लाइन को छोटे से ऐसा उसमें डालना चाहूंगा.
एक मिनट root 3 into root 3 3 था, तो कोई भी साथ मतलब root 9 into root 9 भी 9 देता है.
Yes.
Yes.
तू समझ के देख. नहीं okay. Simple logic. Root 9 क्या होता है? Root 9 is 3, right?
9 raised to half into 9 raised to half. Half plus half add किया तो 9 raised to 1. Anything raised to 1 is anything. You get 9.
Wow.
That is how you solve that.
You just ठीक है.
क्या मुझे आता है प्लीज, मुझे मैथ आता है.
हाँ तो मैं ना ऐसा ना हेली की स्टोरी को ना ऐसे एक सेंटेंस में ऐसा करना चाहता हूँ. From not knowing root 3 into root 3 to calculating Saturn's diameter and its density. I grew up. समझ
What?
में आया? नहीं?
कुछ इंडिया वाला
that was a
dialogue.
lame
Saturn
joke.
You know, Prachi said that dialogue. All four of us are like, huh?
और यहाँ पे वो आ सकता है, वो पीछे वो नहीं आता, चू 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 ग्रासहॉपर का.
Crickets का noise आएगा अभी. No, but actually Prati's analogy is true. Like, you know, started from the bottom, now you hear kind of what he said. So, but anyway, I'd like to bring to that story though for all of you. Seriously, for Kishan and Haley, like seriously, cheers to you guys for achieving all the and getting into IIM, a dream that a lot of people want to be a part of. So, cheers to that.
Actually, it was great hearing from you, Kishan, Haley, and Root 3.
रूट 3 याद रह जाओ.
And so for all our viewers who are watching right now, as you can see, you have a dream, you can do it, man. And at the same time, of course, it takes a little bit of hard work and perseverance. So if you can go from, you know, not knowing math to being an MBA graduate in IIM, and also always keep in handy a fish story to get into the interview. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a little, that's a
So
little
before
trade
going
secret.
for CAT preparation, CAT preparation, just know Root 3 into Root 3 is 3. There's a tip for you guys.
So we are not promoting in any way here that it's not good to know that. It's definitely good to know that.
Exactly.
So there you have it. Another session. Hope you learned, you know, what it means to have been in IIM culture. Hope you've seen like these two extraordinary people, their viewpoints, their stories about IIM, about MBA culture, and even their opinions and our opinions on online classes and where the future could be potentially in marketing and sales. So do share your comments on it. Do look at that. I actually did this and the wire went away. Regardless, do share your comments on it, and we would like to hear your perspectives as well. I hope you liked the session. So please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't like the session, please do like, share, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.
La la